Hey everybody, it's Riker Rider, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy. Since last time, I went ahead and filled out as many of my spell slots as I could with spells that would be useful or moderately useful with all the gold that I got from fighting the Eye until I got to level 25. Now, most people, when they go to the Mirage Tower, will land on this peninsula here, but I think there's a much better spot to land your airship. See this little strip of land here? It's just wide enough to make an airship landing, and if you go just a few steps up there, and then start heading west, you'll see the Mirage Tower. And one step before I get into the Mirage Tower, here's a new enemy, the Red Ankylo. These guys can hit 3 times, and they hit very hard. I personally don't think that they're worth killing because they give so little experience and gold for the trouble it takes to kill them. Like, I think that Tyro is an easier enemy to kill, and they're less threatening, and they give much more experience and a little bit more gold. Gold doesn't really matter at this point in the game since we've purchased pretty much everything we want, and anything better that we get, we're going to find in treasure chests. So I'm going to use a house to restore all my HP and magic, and be right back. Alright, we're back, and we're ready to go in. Let's do it. This is the Mirage Tower. You need the chime to be able to get in here. Now, you could walk all the way along the outside to get to the next staircase, or go in here for some treasure. Because everybody likes treasure. And here's a new enemy, the Bad Man. I would recommend, if you run into just bad men, they're one of the easiest encounters in here to run from. But overall, they're not that threatening. Unfortunately, they appear alongside nightmares, which are difficult to run from. They only have 44 damage, and I believe they can only hit twice, so they don't hit that hard. Especially not to your knight, who has that crazy armor at this point in the game. I would say that the bad men are the easiest enemies in the Mirage Tower. And now we just have the nightmare to deal with, which should not be an issue. You didn't have to really level up before this, but I would recommend doing it, especially with this party, because this is not an easy party to finish the game with. 880 useless gold! Oh, another heal helmet, although I don't think I'm going to use that because I just don't have the inventory space to spare. I've only got 3 slots, and those are going to be filled by the time we get out of here. 18,010 useless gold! More useless gold! I'm not a fan of the Vorpal, to be honest. It is equipable by the Red Wizard, but I'm really just not a fan of it. Now let's get the treasure on the other side. The Aegis shield. This is the best shield in the game for the knight. It not only gives the most evasion out of any shield for well, the shield slot, but it also protects you against petrification. That's why I was saying you may want to get the Aegis shield ahead of time, because what's the word I'm looking for? It's so close to the entrance that if you're going to do that method, you may as well get it. This is a new enemy, the Chimera. I believe they're... Oh no, they're not vanilla. They're weak to ice, and they have cremate, which is the same as the Red Hydra's cremate. Not a big deal. I believe that's all the treasure on this floor, so let's move on. And here's another new enemy, Guard. They can paralyze you with their physical attacks, and they are immune to most things that Undead are immune to, even if they're not Undead. I actually find the player's guide doesn't say this, but I believe they're weak to lightning. And Zeus Gauntlet is better than a physical attack against 4 of them anyway. They are weak to lightning. Huh. Early Nintendo Player's Guides riddled with errors. They got much better about the accuracy of their information towards the SNES and N64 eras. But I don't get strategy guides anymore because I have the internet. And I have other people like me. Alright, the second floor is a bit mazier. We want to get to that room in the center because that's where most of the treasure is. As a matter of fact, that's where all the treasure is. Alright, that should do it. Gotta go all the way around to the other side, unfortunately. Another thing of note, remember the vampire from the Earth Cave? Well, you can run into vampires, groups of them, as regular encounters in the Mirage Tower and the Sky Castle. I believe this is the last of the treasure in the Mirage Tower, none of it's trapped. Useless gold, more useless gold. Thor's hammer, excellent. That's a weapon for your white wizard. But I like it because it's a weapons. It takes up a weapon slot, and it can cast lightning too, just like the Zeus Gauntlet. Someone informed me about the Red Wizard being able to equip the Zeus Gauntlet. Sun Sword is supposed to be effective against Undead, but it isn't. The Dragon Armor is something I'm going to want for my fighter, though, because that resists all elements. So he no longer needs a ribbon because he has protection from instant death. He's got protection from petrification from the Aegis shield, and he has protection from all elements from the dragon armor. So he doesn't need a ribbon. Sorry about that. Forgot the Catmen poisoned me. Here's another hint that if you get the chime before you get the cube, that's another hint as to how to get into the Sky Castle. Now this room is guarded by a powerful enemy, so I'm going to show him to you. This is the Blue Dragon. I think he's the second most powerful of all the dragon enemies. He's actually a Thunder Dragon, weak to fire, and any characters that don't have lightning resistance, either from the ribbon or from equipment, is going to take massive damage from his special attack called Thunder. As you can see, Locke took 240 damage from it. And this guy's really just a monster. Thunder just does so much damage. Well, I gotta heal up, so be right back. Alright, that'll do it. Transporter operation requires a cube. Well, we just happen to have one. Ah, the music of the floating fortress. I love this piece, and I especially love the rendition of it from the Dawn of Souls version. Give that a listen if you can. So, the final fiend is here, but there's a lot of treasure. But there are also a lot of new, dangerous enemies here. Don't forget about the Beta Ori button when you're running into enemies, because this place is big. Useless gold! Yeah, even if you have... oh wait, no. Like, the only party that you could possibly have enough gold to spend on... have enough need for gold is like a 4-mage party. This is a new enemy, the Grey Naga. She has quite a few spells, and she can poison you with physical attacks. But your party should be able to tear her up in a single round. The problem with Grey Nagas is you can run into groups of them alongside, say, air elementals. Which is obviously a problem, because air elementals are nasty. And in this chest we get the Bane Sword. It's not that good as a weapon, but when used as an item in battle, it casts the Bane spell for free. I haven't run into any of the dangerous enemies yet, thank God. Should be some more treasure in here. This is where the rest of the treasure on this floor is. Useless gold, useless pro ring, which I'm just going to throw away. More useless gold. And the other heal helmet, which I do not have space in my inventory for, so I am going to throw those in the garbage. This place is actually pretty well organized. I know the official player's guide suggests that if you run out of treasure, or run out of space for treasure, you can just use the exit spell and go back to Gaia, but you really don't need gold for the rest of the game. This place is actually split up into 8, and every single branch has something interesting. Here's a new enemy, the Green Medusa. They can stun you with their physical attacks, they can turn you to stone, but they're weak to fire, so if you can get Fire 2 off in time, then you should be in good shape. Haha, I'm immune to that. Ow. And this is why you hold on to the Mage Staff, because it's awesome. Yay, we got them. They're worth a lot of experience for how easy they are to kill. And we get a house, which we don't need, and a silver helmet, which we definitely don't need. I'm going to chuck that as far as I can, because it's worthless. I wonder how long it's going to take for that thing to hit the ground, since we're so high up. And I wonder if I'll hit a monster with it. Useless gold. Useless gold! Yeah, there's a lot of treasure on this floor. But this treasure in here is perhaps the most important of them all. The Adamantite, finally! Remember who needs that? South leads to the teleporter to the next floor, but I want to get the rest of the treasure here. One noteworthy thing is you can also run into the Eye as a regular encounter here. And we get the black shirt, which casts Ice 2 when used in battle, and the white shirt, which casts Inv 2 when used in battle. Personally, I don't like either of them. And you just don't have the inventory space. The black shirt is kind of worth holding on to for now, but you just won't have the inventory space later. It's in here. Another opal shield, which we don't need because we're using the Aegis shield. And the third and final ribbon. This is awesome. Now everybody has protection from all elements. So we shouldn't get destroyed by any of those elemental special attacks like Thunder anymore. Because if you don't have resistance, those attacks hurt. And the last treasure chest is another opal gauntlet, which I am going to also throw in the trash can. Now let's take the south teleporter to the 3rd floor. And here's a new enemy we need to kill as fast as possible, the Evil Man. He doesn't have very much HP, but he has very, very dangerous spells, including Nuke. And you do not want to get hit with Nuke, trust me. Needed to get rid of that guy as fast as possible. He can cast other things as well, like he can cast XXXX, he can cast Blind, just a lot of nasty spells. I don't believe I've gotten the chance to show Nuke off yet, but believe me when I say it is scary to be on the receiving end of that spell. Okay, this is the last floor with treasure on it. It's pretty much organized the same way as the first floor, but the paths meander a bit more. There's a lot of treasure here. Another heal potion, useless gold, and another useless pro ring. I don't know why they're throwing these things at us, because you can buy these in Gaia, and they're pretty much required for the second half of the game. The 3rd floor is also where you can start running into some of the nastier enemies in the Sky Castle. I might get to show them off. Okay, now if you don't have any inventory space, open these treasure chests from top to bottom. Because one of them has a cloth. Whoopee cushion chest button! Because that's a fair button, right? And this is why, because the last chest contains the Pro Cape, which is, I believe, the only shield that white and black mages can equip. And just like the Pro Ring, it also protects against instant death. So we can look out over the entire world from here. If you're playing the Anniversary Edition, you'll see a really nice FMV showing the 4 forces drawing into the intersection of where these 4 areas are. The idea is that if you draw a perfect circle around the... I didn't have to come down here, but I just wanted to show something interesting. If you draw a perfect circle around the... or rather a perfect circle that encompasses all 4 of the altar locations, the center of that circle will be at the Temple of Fiends. Okay, last treasure. Soft potion, useless gold, more useless gold, and the katana. The katana is the best weapon that can be equipped only by the ninja. Works wonders for his hit percentage. He might even be able to hit 5 times in one round by the end of the playthrough. Okay, this floor is one gigantic maze. Walking straight in one direction will get you nowhere. Okay, the way out of this maze is to go 2 intersections to the right, and then 2 intersections down. That will take you to the next teleporter. And here's a new enemy, the Air Elemental. They're a lot like the Water Elemental, except they have no weaknesses. But I don't think they resist anything either. Let me look. They don't resist any elements, but they're basically resistant to all instant death spells, so just throw your items at them and that should do. Ironically, air elementals are not resistant to lightning like you'd think they would be. So pretty much just go hog wild with your items that cast spells and you'll be fine. They do hit kinda hard though. 53 damage? Yeah, 53 damage. The reason why I don't like holding on to the black shirt for so long is because not that many enemies that are threatening to you are really weak to ice and no other element. They do have a lot of HP though, around 350. Yeah, 358. There we go. Got two of them. This should clean them up. Yep, that'll do it. Their experience isn't bad either. And here's another new enemy, the Wizard Vampire. You can run into groups of these with vampires and with other enemies. They can cast anti-fire, all the level 2 elemental spells, and they have an extremely powerful physical attack that can stun you. Alright, there's a very special enemy I want to show off on this floor, but it's pretty rare, and I'm not prepared for it right now, so I'm going to go back out, use a house, and get back here with more spell charges. I'll see you guys next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy.